Which is more superior, free healing or resource healing? Stick around in this video because we're going to be diving in free healing, resource healing, the mechanics behind them, and ultimately helping you choose the best option. What is up, guys? Meower here, back with a brand new Call of Dragons video. One of the most commonly asked questions in Call of Dragon: which is better, free healing or resource healing? Well, worry not, because at the end of this video you won't have to ask this question anymore, as you'll know both the benefits of free healing and the benefits of resource healing, and ultimately make the best decision possible for yourself. If you like content like this, please drop a like and don't forget to subscribe. And without further introduction, let's get started. So, free healing and healing in general, rather, in Call of Dragons is a bit different than most games because it is really hard to get zeroed. Because the developers have implemented some strict rules when it comes to fighting to help you achieve the highest fun possible while not having to worry about getting zeroed. This is, of course, is coupled with free healing and resource healing, granting you the ability to get back on the field instantly when it comes to resource healing, and over time when it comes to free healing without having to waste any resources whatsoever. The only resource you'll be using is time. Now, what is the benefit of free healing and what is the benefit of resource healing? When it comes to free healing, it is essentially you have the ability to heal up to 2 million troops a day, and that amount, you'll notice that I have some certain amount of free healing, and I will explain the mechanics behind the amount that how you can reach up to 2 million troops when it comes to free healing, and the same can be said about resource healing. However, resource healing has the maximum amount of 3 million. Now, which should you choose and why? Well, first of all, you should know that the way to upgrade the healing capacity is from one, policies. So you have here four policies total that you can choose that will impact the amount of troops you are able to heal, whether if it's for free healing or resource healing. You have medical recruitment or medical supplies at the first row when it comes to policies, and then you have medical seminars or healthcare developments for the second row, which increase by a percentage, and then finally you have medical recruitment and medical seminars 1 and 2, and medical supplies and healthcare development 1 and 2. Now, how to increase the capacity properly? Well, one thing that you should know, and I will be showing you right now the graph of my good friend Cognar, that he has so graciously given me permission in order to show it to you, that he worked really hard on. It will appear right now on the screen. As you can see right here on the screen, we'll be going through bit by bit. As Cognar states, when your troops are severely injured, they go to hospitals until upon your region's return. You can have up to 4 hospitals, each with a level from 1 to 25. There is no cap, well, on how many troops you can have in your hospital. They will all eventually heal, meaning you can have an unlimited amount in your hospital, and no matter what, they will heal over time, whether if you choose to spec into full-on resource healing or full-on free healing. Now, both have a maximum per day, which can reach up to 2 million when it comes to free healing and 3 million when it comes to resource healing. However, as you can see in the guide that he has so graciously made, there is a method of how much troops you can eventually have that will help you reach those two caps after you maxed out your both of your policies fully. Usually, you should have around 1.5 million troops just to justify going all the way on whichever type of policy you end up choosing, whether if it's free healing or research healing. But now, to answer the question of which is better, from my experience and from experience of other whales that I've played with since the start of the war, whether if it was in my previous server or in this current season, free healing is the way to go. And there are a couple of main reasons for that. One, resource healing is not sustainable. No matter what type of player you are, whether if you're an Omega Whale or a regular spender or whatever, you will not be able to sustain the mana costs. Because mana is one of the hardest resources that you can obtain in Call of Dragons, and you can also not send it or receive it from other players, thus limiting your amount that you can have at a time. Plus, resource healing is too expensive on other resources as well, which makes it really hard to keep it up. So you can almost never sustain it for a long period of time. And you have to keep in mind that wars in Call of Dragon are usually that of attrition. You want to outlast your opponent since you're never going to be able to zero them. So you have to keep your hospitals empty over time, which free healing helps you with that because you can heal up to 2 million troops, and the time period that it will take you to heal troops is usually corresponded to the daily healing. So if you have uh, 500,000 troops in the hospital, you're going to heal that 400,000, 461,000 of them, for example, in my case, in one day. And then the next day, you're going to be able to finish up the last 40,000, thus ensuring you have a constant flow of troops no matter what, no matter how long it takes, because it inversely scales with the amount of troops you have in the hospital, the time duration, and such. So just go free healing. Free healing is the best option in Call of Dragons right now, unless the developers decide to nerf it or buff resource healing by making it way cheaper. Because as it is right now, if you want to go resource healing, you're better off just training new troops altogether to increase your hospital capacity to help you get even more value from your free healing and well have more troops while you wait for your free healing to kick in and be able to constantly sustain yourself. A lot of whales did have to end up research in the middle of the season during this war and in wars of other servers, from what I've seen, to be able to maintain their healing. That is it for when it comes to resource healing and free healing and which is better. Big shout out to Cognar. Thank you very much, Cognar, for that guide. And if you like videos like this, if you agree, if you disagree with my opinion, feel free to let me know in the comments down below or join my Discord. Let's have a discussion about it. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Meow meow.